Well, gets us into our first topic here, talking about the algorithm, right? So there's been a lot of changes to the algorithm, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, you name it. All of these content platforms are constantly changing. So Tim, you identified three algorithm, platform changes that you've been monitoring and paying attention to. Let's dig into that.
The biggest shift right now that I see is the interest graph. And this is like, AI at a practical level. Really, it's TikTok identifying what you watch and then serving up more of it. And thus, in turn, all the other platforms are trying to do it. Because for a while there, you'd go on TikTok and you'd be like, why is this content so much closer to what I like than Instagram? It's because they had this interest graph down to a science. They're the first people that had it. It would mean if you watch roofing videos, you saw a bunch more roofing videos than they were good at it. And now everyone else is kind of following suit. So you just get nichier and nichier topics. Like I could probably be a roofing manufacturer or something and like be on there and like see a lot of roofing manufacturer. Like there's weird, and it also gave permission to people to create nichier content.
Yes.
Because they realize, now I can make content about clogged gutters and somebody will actually want to watch it or whatever. It opened up a whole avenue of content creation because it was good. It was pretty good at getting these things out to the people that actually wanted to watch them.
Yeah, I love that. And I don't know if you guys are on the same page with Gary Vee, but in Day Trading Intention, Gary talks about it as a TikTokification of social media. So prior to that, you'd create a video on cleaning gutters and only your followers would see it, right? Or people that like your page, which, for a lot of us is not as many people as we really want. There's roofing companies out there that have 437 followers or likes, people that like their page. So it's like, why should I create content? Only my mom's going to see it, right? But now with the interest graph, you can get a lot of views on your content, even if you don't have a lot of followers. So that's huge.
The second one is having a strong opinion. I would say the idea that before we would want to tell every nuance of our opinion. So if I let's say I had a strong opinion about the roofing industry, my strong opinion, not that hot of a take at this point, but that you shouldn't follow gurus or something like that, right? I just put it out there. Back in the day, you would want to say, but by the way, there are some people that are really doing it the right way. I see these coaches that care about people, and you'd want to not include the nuance at the end. You'd want to chop it. And this does have an ethical twinge component to it because unfortunately, to give that extra context would decrease your reach because for whatever reason, all the platforms love controversy.
Yeah. Fight in the comments. Let's go.
And so when I say it, I'm hanging out with my trainer today, by the way. James is over here. He's telling me how I could eat better. So he's shadowing me for the day. So, but his hot take was that people that are out of shape shouldn't be trainers. Now, there's probably some nuance there. He actually did give some nuance that if somebody's losing weight, that they might be able to, if somebody was 250
on that
pounds
journey
and was coming from being very overweight, that would actually, might be more motivating to the person that's coming from 350 pounds, right? So there's some nuance, but if you just, if you put out that post about you shouldn't be a trainer if you're overweight, that would probably, it would do well. And that opens up a whole discussion of are you okay with a little controversy in the comments? Are you okay with the discomfort of people disagreeing? At the end of the day, James probably does believe that. He's saying something he does believe.
Right.
But we've trained ourselves to not say exactly what we think because we don't want to piss anyone off. And the algorithm does reward people that are open to pissing people off. That's number 2.
Okay, cool. Well, if you're like me, you don't want to piss people off, but I'm very diplomatic with my content. So I could probably think of a way to just have a stronger opinion and cut it off to try not to appease everyone. So maybe, if you're listening to this, watching this, maybe you hit pause right now and you think of a way to implement this in your business. Because I'm going to go back and I'm going to try to implement this in my content. You guys can, hold me accountable to that. So
one way that Joseph does do this very well is he uses the common enemy approach on marketing. Like, so
Yes.
you can go after, like, because roofers hate marketing agencies, so he can kind of put the like, ultimately that works, and that is a strong opinion, and you do believe that. To give all the nuance every time would be very difficult. So what I'm saying is that does work.
Yes. The common enemy. Yep. So if you're a roofer and a good one, which all of you are, obviously, the common enemy would be, Chuck in a truck or Tank Top Tommy or, the guy that's just like, the dashboard of his van is his office, that sort of thing. That can be the common enemy because both, you don't like that and the homeowner doesn't like that either. So you can bond over like, oh yeah, I know we don't want that guy.
That's good. And you will maybe have a comment every once in a while from somebody who's a little annoyed with the fact that you're going after who they are, but it's actually good for the homeowner to avoid
Right.
that guy anyways. So you pissed some people off. You still did the right thing. All right. Number 3 is mistake or cringe videos. And I'm kind of bucketing this together because they both elicit the same response. Like if something is off about the video, like let's say if it was supposed to be funny and it wasn't, that's kind of cringy, right? That's cringy. If it's a mistake video, you're nailing a shingle, but you're doing it above the line. For whatever reason, that works on the internet right now. And what they call a meta cringe is if you don't know if the creator knows it was cringe or not.
Yes. Don't show your cards. Okay.
So you're kind of holding back the fact that you're doing this mistake on purpose. And this is one of those things where you got to know how to do it in a way that kind of elicits positive, ultimate response, which is the ultimate response is that we want views. We want people in our area to know we do roofing and to like us. So how could we, this is complicated, but you'll see it everywhere once I say it. There's cringe videos and mistake videos. They do very well because everyone comments and tells them what they need to do right.
Yeah.
And cringe, honestly, it's like mistakes where the person really doesn't know what's going on, but you can make a cringe video knowing what's going on if you pretend like you don't know what's going on. And that's weird, but it does work. And
weird works. Hashtag weird works.
Weird works. And unfortunately, we are in the world where you can do this and get a lot of views if you want. So I'm telling you, it's real. And whether you want those views, because there is some nuance to the outcome, is that's what you have to decide. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm telling you it does get views.
I love that. All right, cool. Love those 3 algorithm changes, the interest graph, have a strong opinion, and then mistake or cringe videos.
Let's call that embrace the cringe. The more you embrace the cringe.
Embrace the cringe.
Yep.
Love that.